Hello, this is Chris with the Beacon Podcast. This is our first episode here today. Today I'm with the myth, the legend, Mr. Freddie, Trey Adams, our class president. How you doing today?
Doing well, man. I appreciate you having me on. Looking forward to seeing what you got, and hopefully I'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah, totally. So, so you are a class president. So why did you run for class president?
Yeah, man, I came in P1 year, a lot of new people. I enjoy people. I'm definitely a people person. Anybody who knows me knows that. And I thought it was a good opportunity to reach out, help the fellow classmates. I had connections in the pharmacy school. My father graduated in 2000. I also was a pre-pharmacy club president, so I was able to establish a lot of connections to the staff through that. And I felt like I was a good fit for the role. It wasn't much just something to build a resume. I plan on pursuing community pharmacy, which doesn't require residency or anything like that. But it was really one of those things where I thought that I would excel in the role. I could gain a few skills in that and continue my leadership ability, and hopefully gain a few things for myself, along with helping out the classmates and all that fun stuff. So yeah.
Cool. Well, you definitely showed your chops as a leader all of last year. So as class president and stuff, what were some of the things that you did to help out the class? Do you have some examples that you could throw out?
Yeah, absolutely. So we started a reminder system. We send that every week to kind of remind people of assignments, little things that can slip through the crack, that type of thing. We also schedule different study groups during our exam weekend. So me and our vice president, Kevin, we would come in here, just be around Maddox Hall, let everybody know that they could come in. If you got a question, drop by. If I can't figure it out, another classmate can. And that was really our focus that I wanted to implement, is a teamwork, holistic approach. We're all one moving unit. Nobody's against each other. And really all the policies that we implemented last year was based around that single common theme, I guess you could say. So those are just two of the first things that come to the top of my mind. Obviously, if a class has a problem from day to day, they reach out to me. If there's an exam problem, if there's somebody messes up on that, reaching out to the professors, correcting it, that type of thing. So other than that, I'm sure there's something I may be not recalling, but those are two things that come to mind off the top of my head, along with the other maintenance stuff.
No, that's cool. I definitely feel that because I feel as a class, as part of the P2 class as well, our P1 year was very together. We were very close knit, and I feel like the great leadership and stuff kept us together, kept us working together and studying, and really cared a lot about us as a class, not as individuals, but us moving together. And I think you definitely did that, definitely as a president, which is really cool. Which is really. What are some stuff you learned on your P1 year?
I have to say, probably the first thing that comes to mind, at least, is just the handling of people. You have a lot of different backgrounds, ethnicities, people from different socioeconomic backgrounds. And for me, I came from a small town. A lot of people were the same. And coming to Campbell and seeing the vast diversity in our class, it really helped me kind of gain, okay, well, this person may view something this way. I view it this way, but, kind of see their point of view and that type of thing. So as far as handling conflict in class, that type of thing, a big eye-opener there. Really just the management of people. Gotcha. And looking after people, make sure everybody's heard, everybody's opinions are voiced, and being able to filter out, okay, well, what's best for the class versus what is this my personal opinion of on this situation. So that was definitely something that I learned and gained throughout the process as well.
So cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's really it's just really impressive with everything you've done so far. And do you feel like you work with a good team as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's not a single person. I think our whole cabinet, I guess you could call it, it's me, Kevin, Hallie, Taylor, Danielle, and Taylor Jones as well. She's the social media chair. We work together. If there's not been a single situation where I haven't been able to call on one of them if I'm lacking or if I got my plates too full, and they're always willing to help out. So it all goes back to a team, and it started with those people, and we were able to implement that to the class as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you said that you wanted to go into community pharmacy when you're done with school?
Yep.
So you said your dad was a pharmacist, so you're looking to just take over the business a little bit, but learn as much as you can.
Yeah. Funny story, when I decided to be a pharmacist, so my father bought our community store when I was 14 years old. And at my 15th birthday, he woke me up and said, "Come on, son, get up. We're going to the drugstore. You're going to work." And, a 15-year-old kid, you're laying in bed on a Saturday. You want to sleep in. But through that, it was a little uncomfortable in the moment, but it opened up a whole different perspective on the community pharmacist. Before then I thought, okay, my dad just puts pills in a bottle and goes on. But really, you're the front lines of so many issues. You see many different disease states, and as far as the pharmacy part of it, you really get a diverse I guess, outlook on different things like that. But the whole other side that really drew me in is that you're getting to know these people as humans. Mm-hmm. You're getting to have an impact on their life. I know I say this, and it's hard for me to even believe sometimes, but there's patients who come into our drugstore, and they it's literally the highlight of the day. Their home life is terrible. They may not have anybody at home, no family or anything. They come there and just have a conversation for 30 minutes. And that's what drew me in. And so, yes, I do plan on going back to your question. Mm-hmm. I do plan on going into community pharmacy. Hopefully ownership. It's a tough environment out there with the profitability side, but we're going to continue to survive and do what we can. And the good Lord will look after us to get to where we need to be. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I did my rotation at DJ's Pharmacy in Cary, and that gave me a little bit of a slice of like a community pharmacy. And it's definitely it's a people's job.
Absolutely.
It's more important to I feel like to understand people and to make them like happy at the end of the day, and actually build like relationships that are very positive. And it's not just about just giving them the pills or anything. It's about making sure that they feel safe or feel like they're working with like a friend. It's not like just a business. It's it's like it's just like a very positive like experience coming in and stuff.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Yeah. So as now that you're a P2 and for future P1s, do you have any like tips or anything for the up and coming class? Have they ever listened to this? Like, what's like to help them get through like classes and stuff?
Yeah, one thing I would recommend, the first thing off the top of my head, is get in there and take the uncomfortable step to make your friends and make the connections you need. The people in your class are your friends. They're not your enemies. You're not working against them. Reach out, say, hey, you want to go grab lunch after class, or hey, do you want to go maybe have a study group together, something like that, and get to know these people, because you're going to be with them for a long time. And at the end of the day, you're there to work together. They're going to know stuff that you don't know, and you're going to know stuff that they don't know. And through that, you can kind of help fill the holes and boost each other up. Another thing is to get to know the kids ahead of you. The P2s, the P3s, if you're an incoming P1, they've been in your shoes. It's not fun. It's arguably the biggest jump in academia you can take from an undergrad or graduate to a doctorate level program.
Yeah.
And so the people ahead of you, they've been in your shoes. They know what you're going through, and they've most importantly got through it. And they're going to be able to tell you the tips, the suggestions, what they did wrong. So hopefully you can avoid that, and hopefully get you to the next step. So definitely the networking part of pharmacy school. I've always heard it's about who you know, not what you know, and I think that pharmacy school has definitely shown me that.
Yeah, it's definitely about the people you know, and it's very important to make like the connections, and especially not only with just students, but also with faculty as well. Like some of these faculty members, I feel like I've been having like great conversations with that are like actually very friendly. So they're a great resource to reach out to as well.
Yeah, they're always willing to help you out on test questions, or if you're struggling through a topic, they'll walk you through and give you a one-on-one tutoring session. It's hard to find that at other universities.
Yeah, take those resources.
Right.
Anything that you've like changed with yourself last year or anything like that?
I would like to think that I stayed pretty consistent. Time management was one of those things that you kind of master your first year. I feel like I was halfway decent at it, but you learn how to manage your time well, because it's your most important resource.
Yeah.
I would definitely something that I improved on. One of the things that I improved on as well, and I kind of have a little bit different outlook P2 year versus P1 year, is you got to enjoy yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Block exam weekends, P1 year, everything was different. You were trying to figure it out, the stress and all that fun stuff. I would sometimes lock myself in a room or a Maddox for 12 hours, and I'd be going insane in the inside. And I find myself, it's the first block exam of P2 year, and some of my buddies, they're hanging out on the Saturday night, and I find myself hanging out with them, and I end up making just as good of a grade as I would have if I'd have studied. So your mental health is definitely, I've learned that you have to prioritize that, and it's not all about the grade you get at the end of the day. You have to think about yourself and having a little bit of fun, because pharmacy school, it flies.
Yeah.
And you better enjoy it, because after this comes bills, responsibilities, and even
adult
more.
time.
Exactly, student loans, that type of thing.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely those are two areas I think that I definitely improved for the better last year.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. And I'm kind of like that as well. I'm a guy that studies really hard, especially for the block exams.
I've seen you in the library.
I'm locked in there,
Yeah.
dude. I'm locked in my little window seat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the study rooms. I just like the window seat. I don't know why, because I can look out and be like, oh, there's something,
There's something
out
outside
there.
this room, yeah.
Yeah, but I also do some fun stuff too, like going to
Good.
shows and stuff, and seeing
Good.
live music. I mean, like you gotta do. You can't. You gotta refresh your brain. I feel like
Absolutely.
you fill it up with all a bunch of stuff, and then you gotta like treat yourself with some positivity as well. And
Oh.
honestly, you consume it better. I feel that way.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because like you're not as just like you're not like shielded off or anything, which is
100%.
very, very important. If you see somebody becoming like the new president of the P1 class, do you have any like direct tips for them to do? Like you said, like I remember you were talking about having a great team, working with everybody together, but how do you deal with like some of the difficulties? Like I know there's a lot of like tension and drama during the block exams and stuff. How do you keep everybody positive?
Absolutely. So your class is going to look to you for the problems. And you have to be that voice in your class that steps up to the calling and takes initiative to fix the problem. Whether that be, simple drama between the class, a bad exam, that type of thing. You have to be the one in your class that takes the initiative to say, okay, something's wrong. Let's do something about it. So I guess my advice would be take the first step. Like rise out of the people in your class, where people identify you as that person in your class that can fix the problem and is more than willing to fix the problem. And that's not easy. It's not an easy task. You're taking on a whole other area of responsibility for the class. But at the end of the day, the reward it pays off, and you'll gain a lot of respect from your classmates, hopefully, and you will gain skills that will benefit you for the rest of your career and life going forward. So that would be my main advice: is to step up. It may be uncomfortable. It may be something you're not used to, but step to the calling, because it will present itself. And if it hasn't so far, I promise you, give it a couple weeks and it will then. So
Gotcha.
That's my advice.
Gotcha. Well, I think we're going to be wrapping this up right now, but do you have anything you want to say, to any closing things to future pharmacy students or anything, or the P1s coming out?
Absolutely. Pharmacy is a great profession. We're here for a reason. We're not here because we just stumbled here by accident. We're all here for the same reason, and that's to benefit the profession going forward. So I encourage you to find your niche, get your hands dirty in different areas, and once you find something that you truly love, stick to it and become the best you can at it, and the rest will take care of itself.
Well, all right, Trey. Thank you so much for being here, my first guest on this podcast.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we will keep it going.
Yeah, man.
And have a lot more fun people coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you did great. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
for all the people of the Beacon, take care.